This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content.
Now, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, we never got a chance to actually touch on the aftermath of that fight.
Yeah.
What did you see?
I mean, what I saw was like, first of all, congratulations to Errol Spence. Second of all, shout out to Danny Garcia, still my dog. But what I saw was Danny, I remember the first round, Danny looked good, but he looked a little confused. And it was kind of like he was watching Earl, like trying to see what Earl got going on. Like, it's almost like he had the accident on his mind. And Earl was more like trying to find home, meaning, let me see what he gonna let me do. And I remember close to the end of the first round, Earl launched the overhand left. And it didn't land super clear, but it was enough to make the crowd, and Danny kind of turned around like, all right, he's still fighting. So it was like, Danny was like, let me make sure he's still fighting first before I try to get into my shit. But then it was like, Earl realized he can get his jab off and Danny wouldn't react quick enough. You know what I'm saying? Danny got this thing where before he shoot, he tense up. So he tense up. So it's like Earl was touching him, and he'd watch for him to tense. As soon as he tense, he either sneak a shot or he'll take a half step out of there. Or he'll take a step over, but then he'd get right back to work, up and down with his jab. He kept popping that jab. That's really what I remember. Earl was working that jab like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Up and down with that jab, stabbing him to the body, sneaking that overhand left in there. And Danny was just a little too late. Sometimes Danny made good little moves where he would pivot under something, roll under something, but he would take himself out of position. And then, like I said, because he always so tense, when he would get under the shot, pivot out, tight, he's so tight, couldn't get off. I'm like, damn, that was your point to strike or get your shit off, and he wasn't able to do it. So I'm like, damn, man, I felt like Danny wasn't hungry. I felt like he almost had this he had this look in his face like, damn, I've been here a bunch of times. What am I actually doing here right now? Like, man, I don't even have to be here. It was that type of thing. Like, I really don't even have to be here. Earl was looking like, man, like shit. Like, let me see what I can do. Like, let me make sure all my shit working. I mean, he kind of had like a no care in the world look for in his face, like fuck it, whatever gonna happen, happen. And the surprising thing was that was the slimmest I ever seen Errol Spence in a fight. Mm-hmm. And he still looked kind of strong, you know what I mean, but not like his normal self. You could tell that he's been affected a little bit, but not so much that it stopped him. He's still gonna do what he do. He's still gonna fight how he fight. And Danny, I think Danny with Danny is gonna be like a little bit more like soul searching. I mean, is this what I really want to keep doing? And do I want to make any adjustments on my team? I'm not saying he should, but I think he should bring somebody in. Of course not fire his father, because his father lights a certain fire under him. But I think it's time to work on new shit, because he's too tight. It's hard for him to get off.
Do you feel like for that particular fight, he needed a come forward, be first style against Earl, and he kind of like laid back?
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is, with Danny, right? I know this might not matter to a lot of people. I remember Danny was like 18, and I was leaving out of Harrogate. And I was like, all right, Dan, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I speak to everybody on my way out. I'm like, hey, Greg, I'm about to turn pro too. I said, yeah, you about to turn pro? I looked at him. I said, yo, throw your arms up real quick. He threw his arms up. I took my hands, I banged on his body. Boom! Hit him in the stomach. I said, damn. It felt like I can't explain it. Like, the motherfucker built like a football player. So when you got a body like that at 18, 19 years old, why put more muscle on that? You don't need no more. He naturally stocky and shit. Then he got nice legs, shoulders, everything. He looked good. He looked well proportioned. But his arms always look too big. You know what I mean? Certain shit. Like he got like middleweight arms on him.
He has like a wide base.
Yeah.
Like especially like a hanger.
Like, I'm gonna keep it real. A guy like Danny Garcia, he don't need a strength conditioning trainer. He don't. Not if they're gonna be putting weights on him and bulking him up. He don't need that. Danny need endurance training. He need to get his fucking hands off, being explosive and getting his hands off. If Danny can fight like that all night, getting his hands off, he gonna hurt most of the guys he fighting. But he's hard for him to get off, so he's not hitting nobody. Not clean. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's time to move up?
No, don't move up yet. It's a war going on up there. You don't want to walk in the middle of that. A lot of shit. No, I say that because listen, J-Rock lost to the big Charlo who moved up, right? Then, all right, so that left belts to his brother. Fucking Jarrett Hurd ended up getting the belts. Then
Laura got one.
Laura had a belt. Then Jarrett Hurd beat Laura. Yeah. Then what's my man name from Detroit?
Tony Harrison.
He beefing with Jamel. He beat Jamel the first time. He come back and beat him. Then J-Rock go and beat motherfucking Hurd. Then lose it to Banana. Then Banana gonna lose the shit to Jamel. Now Jamel looking like the king. Even though he ain't been holding it down that long, he could very well lose too next. His next fight. It's a big old, you want to let that smoke clear. Let that clear. Then, you know what I mean? That way you can pick at who you want. And not saying Danny got those rights, but he kind of do. Danny got a name. So Danny could go to 54 and go right at this one or that one. And people be like, ooh, because it'll be Danny going up. People will want to see that. But wait till the smoke clear. Not saying wait till these guys get old, because you getting old with them. You getting older too. It's not that, but wait till the smoke clear where you can kind of see, all right, that's definitely the number 4 guy. That's definitely number 2. That's definitely number 1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Figure out what's going on. Don't just jump up there and start fucking around. Because I think Danny can make some shit happen at 47 before you go.
Okay.